First one is from Farron Bradford. He says, do you guys think we have offered Coach Flores a DC job or do you think we will offer him a DC job if he doesn't get a head coaching opportunity? Him and Coach T would be crazy together. I'm not 100% sure that they offer or not offer, but I would say this: if it was me, I would, because I do think that, his defensive mindset, and obviously we saw the tape on what he was doing in Miami. I thought that he did really good.
They good against Lamar Jackson too.
Yeah,
and help us.
Lamar Jackson. I mean, you even saw he was one of the first guys beating the Patriots and stuff like that when the Patriots were really trying to win games as well. Shoot, for me, man,
he smoked them. He smoked them at the end of the year
with Brady and them. Yeah,
well, with Brady, smoked them this year at the end of the year and beat them earlier.
Absolutely,
so he was 2-0 this year.
So when I think of that, I'm like, man, yes, I would be for it. Now I could see it being an issue because if the reports, obviously with Keith Butler, when he made that comment that Coach Tomlin is still very much involved in the defense, it could be a power struggle. But at the same time, if you're Brian Flores, it might make the most sense because getting back into the NFL right now is going to be a hassle potentially. No different than the Colin Kaepernick situation. And I say that because of this. Regardless of ability, when a person is making a stance that goes against the majority,
it could be a
blackball. Absolutely. And that could be the over thing that just keeps running. Because at the time when Kaepernick did what he did, he wasn't a bad player. I know people try to start that narrative, but that wasn't the case. I can tell you because I played against him. But we know that, hey, man, it got to the point where the story was bigger than anything he could do on the field or off the field. And that's just what it was. And when I think of Flores, I think of similar things. Like, dude, when you start hollering about lawsuits against the NFL, man, that's different. It's a lot of attention that's going to come with that. And you could very well be the blackball. You could very well be the person that people point to and say, hey, you see what happens when you sue the NFL? You become this guy right here. So if that is the case, you might need to just, hey, man, I got to find some way to get back in this thing. And he talks about his passion for coaching. And I think he's doing it in terms of being very intentional when he keeps saying that, hey, I want to coach in the NFL, because with Kaepernick and that whole situation, that became the new narrative, right? Like a year or whatever into it, it was like, well, he doesn't want to play. He doesn't have a desire to play anymore because he was silent about just the football part. He would talk more about just the kneeling and what he was fighting for. Whereas Flores, every time you hear him speak, he's like, no, I definitely want to coach in the NFL. I love football. This is my calling. So he's very clear. So, and I just repeat that just to make sure that people know while we're talking about it and understanding the circumstances that, yeah, he still does want to get back in the league, but yeah, coordinator might be the play, just depending on how the rest of this thing plays out, because dude, it's going to be tough to get back in the league when you're suing them, bro. Tough.
I mean, I'd be for him DC here for sure. I mean, I wanted that as soon as he got fired.
No, I
didn't think he was going to get a chance. I thought he was going to be a head coach somewhere else.
Absolutely, man.
But yeah, at this point, this would be a good opportunity for us.
And like I said, it's frustrating because you could see the guys in Miami responding. We said, dude, even though Miami was a bad team, it's like, bro, they are responding. They're playing tough. They are good. They do this, that, and that. We think they got to get the quarterback situation square. But other than that, it's like, yo, they are good. And they're responding to this dude when everything should be saying, tone this dude out. So it's like, clearly he's a leader of men. Clearly he knows X's and O's. He understands schematics. The game hasn't passed him by. He's a young guy as well. Yeah, but that might be the play though, man. That might be the play.